Hello adventurers, I'm Gray and welcome back to Slime Rancher. Now we are on a random island. I have no idea what's here in the middle of nowhere. We just got teleported here and that means it's a whole new place to explore, and I always love exploring things in Slime Rancher because we can literally go wherever we want. It's pretty nice. Hello there. I don't think there'll be any new slimes here that I've never seen before, just because this place is fairly early on. It wouldn't have been too hard to get to right away. And I've already pretty much found every single type of slime, so there's really no point in hunting all these guys. Maybe I'll get a couple roostros if I see them. I'm just seeing if there's any Gordos or anything around here, because there must be something big here, something that can maybe give me a key. I'd like some keys, so I can actually get to the next areas legitimately without hopping over the walls. Oh, I think there's about to be a war. No, no, no. Stop it. Where are you? Where'd the other one go? Stop. No, bad. Are they spreading? Hello? Okay. I haven't had to deal with a giant outbreak in a while, so that's good. I mean, I did see one, but I didn't actually deal with it at all. This island is pretty large, actually. Where am I going? It looks like these rings kind of jut out, and there might be something on top of it. Now, I'm kind of looking for some of those loot boxes as well, because I can unlock all of them now. So if I find some rare ones, that's some nice loot. Whoop. Oh, you know what? You guys can handle it. I believe in you, slimes. You can deal with it. Puts on shades. Deal with it. Can I walk on this? Is that a good idea? Oh, I can't. Oh! Never speak too soon. Okay, I was having some trouble getting up there, so... okay, I mentioned not having to deal with a big infestation of these guys yet, but it looks like it's happening. Oh, it's just a pink one. That should be pretty easy to deal with. All I gotta do is find some food scattered around here. Okay, I'm just gonna collect basically any edible objects on this island, and hopefully that'll be enough for the pinky. Might not be. There must be something on top of this ring, right? Some sort of rare loot. Hello? Whoa! If I can climb up. There we go. Loot crate, loot crate, loot crate. I want a loot crate. I'm addicted to loot boxes. Whoa. Okay, maybe there's nothing. And I fully expected there to be something nice. Nothing in there. This is actually a little bit trippy. Whew. And dangerous. Can I get back? Ooh, I see a loot crate. I see a loot crate. Boom. Treasure pod. Let's go. Violet warp depots. Okay, I got another warp depot here. So I can make a new color. Is there any treasure scattered around here? Yeah, there is. Whoop. It's gonna be in here. Probably some resources, right? Yep. It's kind of what I feel like. Blue ones tend to give a lot more resources, whereas the green ones tend to give something else craftable. Though that's not really true. It's just what I've been seeing. They're just different rarities. Is there anything else up here? Up on here, maybe? Can I even get up there? Doesn't look like it. Unless there's another way to get even higher. Maybe if I fly from the ring, I can. Okay, I did make it up, but I don't think there's anything here. Nope, nope, nothing. Okay, so it's just the pink guy. It's Filthy Frank. He's the only guy here. Whoop. Oh, I don't have any room. Dang it. Okay, okay, okay. Nope, you don't get to eat all these fruits. I need them. Give me the pogo fruits. They're all mine. I just love fruits so much. I gotta get these pogo fruits. You know, I said I was gonna save the roostros, but for now, I think carrots are more important. Because they're easier to find. Oh, oh. No, stop. Where are you? Where are you, big bad? I don't know where bad boy is. What you gonna do when he comes for you? Ooh, is there something down here? Oh, there's a little hidden cave. Oh, this is neat. I mean, it's probably not healthy to be wading through this still water, but hey, it's fine. I won't get coronavirus down here, I'm sure. I'm on an island that's... a planet, I should say, that's completely secluded from coronavirus. It's fine. You know, that's actually a topic that I should probably talk about, just because it's so important right now. Though if I talk about the news, it'll probably date this video. No, I can probably date this video right now. I'm recording this the same day it's getting uploaded, so I'm very up to date right now on coronavirus news, COVID-19. And there's some interesting things to talk about regarding that. Okay, I'll talk about it in a moment. For now, though, we gotta get this guy fed. He's a big boy. Oh, I forgot it takes less for him. Ah, yes, a key. Perfect. That's just what I needed. I mean, to be fair, I need a couple more keys, but I feel like this place is pretty cleared out for now, so we can probably teleport on out of here, because I don't think we're going to be flying out of here anytime soon. It's a pretty long flight to get back to the mainland, and no one wants to be flying on planes nowadays with coronavirus going around. If only everyone could just teleport instantly. That would solve all of the problems, right? Then there's no way people would transfer it to other people, because everyone would just teleport and bring it wherever they want to go. They'd just carry the virus across the world. It's a great idea. Okay, so I feel like we're good now, so I'm just kind of going to chill out and talk about different things, heading back towards the farm. So, coronavirus. For those who haven't heard of it, it's called COVID-19. Coronavirus is sort of the other name for it. And it is a virus that has come out recently, starting in Wuhan, China. I believe originating from bats, if I recall correctly. I don't know too much about it. Like, I'm in healthcare. I am in pharmacy school. However, I'm definitely not an expert on it. I haven't looked anything up on it other than what I've heard on like the news and things. I probably should. But just a basic rundown. I know it's a virus. I know it's been spreading rapidly, basically across the world, originating there. And there's been a lot of occurrences, instances of it appearing in many different places now, in Europe, in Asia, and America. And it's been called a pandemic now by the World Health Organization. It's pretty bad. It is pretty bad, and it's also really interesting to watch. Because this is like probably the only time in our lives that we're going to see, or at least for a long time, that we're going to see a pandemic like this. That just messes with everything. And it's not a humorous thing. Like, it's a bad thing. But it's interesting. It's interesting to follow, I must say. So, speaking of messing with everything, I can kind of like follow the history of it, what's been going on, like the order of things happening. And it's pretty crazy. Like, it started off, I didn't think much about it, and a lot of people didn't think much about it. The US government and media downplayed it, kind of. Well, not really the media. The government did. The media definitely hypes it up, because there's two different goals here. The government wants it to not seem like a problem, so the stock market doesn't crash, and the media wants it to be a problem. That way, people will tune into the news, and they'll get a lot of clicks. So, it's like conflicting info. It's kind of, just look for like official sources. Don't use pages with ads. This is something I read online. If you want to get info about viruses and stuff like this, don't go to pages that have tons of ads on them, because that means they're trying to make money, they're trying to get clicks. Go to pages that have official info, that don't have ads, like government sources, CDC, WHO, all that stuff. Follow their guidelines, stay safe, wash your hands. Don't touch your face if you can, try and avoid that. Oh, why am I taking fruit out? Follow the general guidelines they've been saying. Just stay healthy, stay safe, everyone. Yeah, but there's a whole lot of false info and bad ideas that are going around. So just like follow the official sources. I won't tell you everything because I don't have it all memorized, but just look it up online. They have some really good info there. Anyway, it's interesting to see how it's been messing with everything though, because at first I thought it was, I went with the narrative that the US government's been saying. It's kind of like the flu, like it's not a big deal, and the symptoms are kind of like the flu. But I've never had the flu, and I always take the flu vaccine, so I'm usually alright. But from what I've heard from people who have had the flu, like, saying that it's just like the flu is not as simple a statement as it sounds, because the flu is pretty bad. It makes you feel really bad. It kills a lot of people every year. That's why they have the vaccines that everyone always has to, well, you don't have to get, but it's highly recommended to get all the time. Because people get sick from the flu really badly. It's really bad. And it seems to be spreading really quickly, the coronavirus. And the measures we have to take against it have not really been sufficient, at least in America. Screenings aren't that great, and we're not going to have a vaccine for a long time, from what I've heard. I mean, they're working on it. They're taking pretty drastic measures now, but it's historical, honestly. Like, America just decided to close off all of Europe from traveling to America because Europe is having big problems with it, especially in places like Italy, where the whole country went on basically lockdown, quarantine. You're not allowed to leave. I believe people, or at least people are supposed to stay in their houses. You're not supposed to go out unless it's for things that you need to do, like getting groceries and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's a pretty big deal. I'm going to go ahead and say, if you're in an area that's affected by it, where it's all around you, or it's in your city, or in your country, things like that, where it's close by and you're at risk of getting it, or someone you know has it, or you have it, I want to say I wish you the best. I hope for the best. I hope for a quick recovery. I hope everyone does okay in the end. I know that the virus is most deadly for people who are either of old age, or are immunocompromised, or have some other pre-existing condition like diabetes, hypertension, obesity, things like that. Different things increase the risk by different amounts. But in general, I hope the best for everyone right now. And I also hope the best for myself. I really don't want to catch it. Right now, I won't tell you where I live. I know, you know I'm in America. Or at least, if you don't, I'm in America. I'm in the southeast US, around that general area. And so far, there's not many cases around this place. Like, there's a couple in my state that I'm in. However, none in the region of the state that I'm at. However, already all the different institutions and schools and universities and stuff around here are taking pretty drastic action. Like, it's impacting me really directly right now, because the school that I'm at, I just had teachers come in to my class, like 3 teachers, 2 of them who teach my classes that I had today, and one who doesn't even teach my classes, but he's like an administrator at our school, came into our class to speak to us for like 20 minutes. And he basically said, I'm fairly sure that after spring break, which is, for me, spring break is next week, I would say expect a lot of videos that week, but don't. It'll probably be the usual amount, probably about the usual amount, because I'm having to study like crazy for different tests coming. Actually, that's the confusing thing, because he was saying, after spring break, I'm pretty sure, don't expect to come back into class. Like, you're either going to stay home for spring break for longer, or we're just not going to come back the whole semester. Everything's going to be completely online, he said. And the school's already preparing for that. Like, we're adding integration with live lecture software. We're like preparing for testing that would have to be done at home, and how we're going to figure that out. Every class is going to have to do its own separate thing in order to get it to work. And it's crazy. Like, all my trips, I had several school trips planned for April. One to go to Texas, and one to go to Virginia, and all this stuff with different organizations at my school. And I had several events planned because I'm a leader in several organizations, and I planned several things for the end of March. Looks like those are going to get canceled, along with those events that I was originally going to go on. Everything's getting canceled, everything's getting moved. A lot of the school's events, just like at school, are getting canceled as well, just for safety. It's insane. Like, my schedule was so booked this next month. It was going to be a really hectic schedule with a whole lot of things to do. And now, it's open. It's like, I don't even know if I'm going to be in class in general. I'll probably be at home, like, doing schoolwork from my computer all the time. Which is fine by me. I'm used to online classes. Like, I enjoy online classes. And it might make things easier, because a lot of the teachers said that now their tests are going to have to be open book, because there's no way they could prevent us from, like, reading our textbook while taking tests from home. But I feel like I'm missing out on some opportunities, like with some of those trips and stuff that would have been good on my resume, and also been good experiences in general. Man. On the bright side, though, this means that I'm going to have a lot more time at home to do my own things, to relax, to get some naps, and make up some sleep, because I've been lacking severely. And also, a lot of my friends who go to different schools around my state are already off for spring break for an extended period of time. Some schools are already off for 3 weeks. My friend's been off for 2 weeks now in a row. It was supposed to only be 1 week, and it's probably going to continue. And I'll be able to spend some time with them that I normally wouldn't be able to. So that's good. I'm like, for me, I'm mostly okay. We'll do fine. Our school's going to do fine. I just wish the best for people who are in trouble right now, who really have things they need to get to, who have work where they need to travel, and who aren't able to travel anymore. To, like, Americans who are in Europe right now and who have a hard time getting back. Now, technically, there's exceptions that allow them to come back. They just have to get screened and go through this whole process, and it's a lot of trouble. Like, our school has several students who are foreign exchange, or who are doing foreign learning, like they're traveling to other countries, and they're going to have to go through a whole process to come back prematurely. Like, they're going to have to end their trip early, which really sucks. Because if I was doing something like that, I'd want to be there the full time. Whew. It's alright, though. It's alright. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Like, in the future, decades in the future, if I have kids, or if you guys have kids, or anything like that, or just friends, or any colleagues, or anyone else, You can tell the story about what you were doing during the great outbreak of 2020. This has been one doozy of a year, hasn't it? This has been one weird year. You guys like prickle pears, right? Yeah. No, you guys are pretty booked on prickle pears. Honestly, I probably won't need to feed you for a while. Now, beyond just the impact to me, I've been trying to follow, like, sort of how it's been impacting events across the world. And keep in mind, I only know much about America because that's the only news I really get. Like, whenever news stories pop up on Fox News, on CNN, MSNBC, CBS, anything else, I know all these are biased. I really, like, I just look at a variety of sources. Just whatever pops up on my phone is what I read. I've just been keeping track of headlines for the most part. But everything is getting canceled in America right now. Like, NCAA tournaments, March Madness, it's a big basketball thing going on in every March. That's been postponed. NBA tournaments, postponed or canceled. The whole season, basically. Like, NHL, hockey, also canceled. I'm pretty sure, like, there's some things going on with soccer, football in Europe. I don't know that much about that, but some stuff there as well. Like, some movie actors and movies are probably going to be affected as well. Tom Hanks got the coronavirus in Australia. Dang it, Australia! Why do you always have to do this to the best people? Okay, I'm just kidding. If you're in Australia, then I wish you the best as well, because I know that there's some coronavirus there too, and stay healthy. I know a lot of people in Australia stay in, like, big towns in Australia, so avoid big gatherings, I guess, and wash your hands often. You know what? I have some extra money. I might as well spend some on the overgrowth upgrade, because why not? And let's take a look at what the overgrowth looks like now, because I'm excited. Fight the virus with nature, is what I always say. Okay, this path still looks fairly similar. Oh, look, it has a nice little gate. Oh, look at this! It has a pathway, it has this machine here. Actually, I think that was already there. It has a nice little balcony up here. More paths. I mean, it's not a huge change, but it's a nice little touch. It makes it feel a little bit more nice. In fact, were these, like, lights always flying in the air? They might have. I might just be forgetting things. I did look up a little bit of what the future 7-Zero Worlds Club upgrades are, and of course there's Doc's upgrade. That'll be really expensive from what I recall. Like, it's several upgrades away and it's very expensive. There's also one for the lab. A lab upgrade. That's a little bit sooner, still super expensive. I want to get to level 20, because level 20 is where I unlock a new inventory upgrade, which will allow me to hold 100 things in each slot, and that's the main thing I want from this whole upgrade system. But that's going to be a lot of money. Like, I'm only on 16. That's going to be 4 more upgrades that can get increasingly expensive. I need to get drones or something. How much does it cost to unlock some more things at the lab? Because I might want to do that. Speaking of other random stuff that's going on related to coronavirus, though, like Disneyland in California just, like, closed shop for a while. So, that's another great place that's not going to be available for quite a while. The stock market is dying right now. You know what? You know what? I hear people panicking all the time about the stock market. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, everyone. Just whenever it gets to the lowest minimum, which will happen probably in a few days, that's when you buy. That's when you buy into the stocks. Because it's inevitably going to rise in the future, and you're going to get... Oh, don't look to me for stock advice. Do not look to me for stock advice. That is a bad idea. But I just think that once it's at the minimum, it's definitely going to rise in the future. And that's going to be some guaranteed profits. I would convince my dad to, like, pay for that stuff, but he's not a risk taker. My dad likes mutual funds, which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically a lot safer. It's a safer way of doing stocks, where you have some guy, from what I recall, I don't know much about it. I don't know much about stocks. I don't know much about personal finance. I've never filed a tax report. I'm in a pickle in terms of that stuff, because I'm going to have to do that at some point in the future. I've never had a class on it, though. Our school has a class, but it's only an elective that I'll probably not have time to take. So I guess I'm screwed in that regard. But anyway, from what I know about it, it's a safer way because you have some guy who knows more than you managing the stocks and diversifying your spending in that into many different stocks that are a safe bet, basically. So by spreading it out among several different things within one set, that allows you to basically guarantee that if you gain, like you'll pretty much gain a decent amount for the most part over time. If you do lose some, you won't lose much. However, your gains won't be that large either. So it's a safer way to increase your profits. I don't know. My parents don't like investing in single stocks, which I get. I kind of want to get the slime stage. I want to spend on the stuff in here, because why not? Slime ball, maybe later. I'm going to unlock everything in here for now. Other than the slime ball hoop. I'll save that for a future video. I could probably dedicate a whole video to slime ball, the great old sport of slime ball. You know, I feel a bit sorry for anyone who was organizing events this year, or who were, or anyone who works in the travel industry, tourism. Anyone who works in airplanes, that's gonna be a slow couple of months right now. How much does the butterscotch warp depot cost? I could actually start making some warp depots and refinery links and market links. I do need some hexacombs though. I hope that if I make things like refinery and market links, I can actually remove them and move them around, rather than just like placing them down and not being able to touch them anymore, otherwise they'll be destroyed, because that would be a problem. Like I would get why extractors are able to be destroyed, because they're very simple to make. They just cost plorts, and it wouldn't make sense if you're able to recover them, because then you could like move them. I don't know. They're just so easy to make. I feel like it makes sense that you just use them once and then they break down and you can't move them around. But when it comes to things like teleporters and stuff, these should be movable, because they cost a ton to make. Though if they break down and they give you their resources, which from what I've heard that they do, that's fine too. You just have to go back and remake them, which is fine. Curios slime stage. I want to make the slime stage, but I need more spiral steam and pink plorts, but that's easy. I'll find more stuff whenever I'm exploring and finding more of those loot box things. Regardless though, I think it's a good place to end off this episode. This was very much a discussion-based episode and a high-spending episode, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Sometimes you just feel like spending some money and chilling out. That sounds like I'm such a rich person. I'm not rich, everyone. Believe me, I'm not rich. I'm doing fine, but I'm not rich. I'm very fortunate to have a family who worked hard their whole life to be able to support me a little bit. I know I'm very fortunate for that, and I'm working hard in order to pay them back. It's a whole cycle of working hard. I'm not going to be lazy. I'm going to work my hardest. And I'll do my darndest to make the world a better place. And then I'm going to travel the world, because that's my dream. But not right now. It's dangerous out there. Alright, so that'll be all for now. Hopefully you all enjoyed this episode of Slime Rancher. If you did, I'd appreciate a like, comment, or subscription. All of those really help out, especially on a small channel like this one. And I hope to see you all on the next adventure.